Hello Internet, I'm Jackie Fox. This is the final round of Fox on the Hill, and I am going to be challenging Zaee. So Zaee is going to be at a bit of a disadvantage in some ways, as our challenger usually is, because we don't make it easy to defend the hill. But you do get to pick the map, and that can be a major strategic advantage. Zae's gone with one he's more familiar with, the guild battle map we have right now, which is probably a smart choice for a newer player. But I'm not going to make it easy for him. Let's see what happens.
Hello everyone, welcome to the last match of our Fox on the Hill. Today we have Zaee versus Foxy, so let's see if Zaee can hold his position on the hill, or will he fall to the leader of the Chocobos?
Now I figured I couldn't comment on my own performance, so...
Just a quick introduction, I'm Caveman and I'll be the referee today. So we have an Amnulus, a Zazan, and...
Perrine. She's Perrine. And I guess I'll help out a bit if you get anything wrong or just miss something.
There you go, they're buffing up. Fox is definitely does have the advantage here. He has the better account, but I've been quite surprised by how well Zaee has performed these last couple matches. So let's see if he can keep up his winning streak. There we go with the double haste. Will there be another double haste?
You know what, buddy? I'm actually not running Scholar, so with Arithmetician, I don't have access to as many AoE buffs.
Celeste getting that hate up. That's going to be good for funneling, since as the hill, he does have to be on auto the first two matches. So that hate up is definitely a good.
He also has a cost limit, but as the newer player, I decided to let him run without any of the other limits we usually put on the Fox on the Hill, just to try to even out the match a bit.
I believe this versus Zazan's going to come in and use his insane movement. Yep, there we go. Almost first blood.
Stone's Throw is actually a decent move on Prince Mont, but not on other warriors.
Amnulus is going to come in, do a good AoE, and down goes Velas. But will that be enough? Celeste coming in with her spinning slash move.
My thinking here is that it's critical for her to get the 15% resistances to stay alive.
That's a lot of damage, but Amnulus does do a reaction heal. That's always fun to see.
Also, it's not a reaction heal, it's the heal from the threshold heal that she gives in an AoE. So, just so y'all know, I'm recording my take after Caveman's, just so that we could get better audio quality out of his mic, but eventually we're going to work towards maybe a way that I can have a guest host. But, I guess that means I have to do some tech support for people's sound.
Celeste using Magic Burst, taking down Amnulus. The fight's not over. He can still turn this around. Now let's all just agree, just enjoy the music in between. I'm not going to be commenting on everything. There we go, Celeste is down. But her side is open and a Spirit Breaker, and there we go, Foxy has won.
Also got the stun, not that it matters.
Now the second match actually kind of has me excited. I faced this team myself that Foxy's about to use. So I'm quite excited to see how it performs against a non-fire team.
This also marks me being able to move into an element that this account actually specializes in, and happy to use Eliza over Elia.
We have a Snow, Velis, and
I know Eliza is definitely the least used of the two ice gunners, as the typical meta team is this with Elia instead of Eliza. But even if it weren't for the 140, I still like my girl better if I have to pick one.
I know she just got her 140, so I think this is where he's testing out the 140 buffs. So let's see how this goes.
Really, probably my favorite comp is to run Snow and the two gunners. Or two missile units, rather.
I'm actually kind of hoping we're going to have a punch off here. I love watching two monks just physically punch each other.
They often tend to be weak to strike, so it makes the punch-offs very explosive when they do happen.
In that HP restoration when they go below 50%. Good move by the AI. Berserker and Charm, that's always fun. Not sure how much good it's going to do. He's not exactly going against a Sadali, so let's see.
Yeah, I typically use that when I'm using the physical variant of this team without Velis, so it benefits the whole team. But it does still benefit attack up for those two units. Velis is my support, so I'm not really concerned with whether or not he gets attack up, you know.
And the AI just really likes running Zazan up to suicide, doesn't it?
Actually, I think turning off Stone Throw will help Zazan not suicide rush.
Here comes Amnelis. Now, the one thing I do know about Snow is he's similar to Raudor and Alphonse, and if my memory is correct, he doesn't have good magic, so this might actually be where Snow goes down. Good solid hit, but it just isn't enough. And here's Foxy, I believe he's trying to get in range for Cage of Thorns. Looks like you may have found the range. Yep, there we go.
I'm also trying to find the outermost of that range, the safest point I can shoot that from.
I'm the list with that clutch heal again.
One of the many reasons I'm surprised people aren't into her, she has the Snow Courage heal combo, kind of. Only Sephiroth proofed.
Man, this music selection is nice. It's nice, relaxed, it's got a nice beat. Looks like he's getting in for a warning volley. That's always nice. There we go, we got 2 KOs. Can Preet turn this around?
CT down and agility down make a nice combo from the Thornlet.
Ooh, she takes down Snow, I believe. Oh, nope. It looks like he was able to get his reaction heal.
But with healing power down now.
But he is holding on by a thread. There we go, he's getting his own kick in. She procs her heal. Not sure what Foxy is thinking here. Alrighty, she's got the height advantage. And with a triple flight, that brings her down 2. Alright, looks like Foxy is now king of the hill and the overall winner of the finals. That is definitely fun to see. Now, this last match, we all decided that it'd be fun for everyone to go all out. So, this is the really fun match. This Earth theme was recently in a video that Foxy recently has done, where he faced my win team, so I'm actually quite excited to see it here.
To answer your question, I was casting a heal and making sure that everyone would be standing in the heal, just in case any shenanigans happened, like a sudden miss or, one of those 3 hits doesn't land. I want to make sure I have a backup plan, which is healing everyone and giving them a lot of AP.
I think from here I'm just going to give the last couple minutes over to Foxy, so I wish you best of luck. Foxy, I hope you win this one, and let's see what happens.
I don't have much to say about this fight since we chose to do both sides in auto. There's not a lot of strategery to comment on. However, I do want to point out, since we agreed to do this in auto, I expected my team to just start going. So I missed Katone's initial turn, not realizing that I was still in manual, and didn't turn auto on until Bradley got a turn. But, so, instead of commenting on the fight, I just want to say that this has been a really fun series. We've been trying to figure out what kind of rules work, what's going to make it so that there's enough turnover that no matter who you are, dear viewer, if you have a decent team that is built out to at least the standards of Zae's team, you can definitely compete in this. You can win. You can take down a rather challenging competitor, and hey, you may not stay on top of the hill for very long. But that's the secondary challenge. I think getting on top of the hill to begin with is an accomplishment, and I want to make that part easier. Because I think that as gamers, we do enjoy additional challenges, and the kind of fox that's going to rise to the top of the hill. That's going to be a fox that enjoys strategy. That's going to be a fox that enjoys thinking about, what map do I use? How do I use that information to my advantage? How do I build a team that utilizes a map to create an unwinnable situation for my opponent, even though I am at a series of disadvantages? And then for the challenger, for anyone out there in the audience who feels so inspired to try, you get to know that you have a lot of advantages on your side that maybe in a different form of PvP you don't feel like you have. I know it's going to be impossible to make an equal playing field for everyone who possibly listens to this channel to feel like they have a chance of at least having a fun experience here. But if there's anything that I want to do with Fox on the Hill, I want to introduce more manual gameplay, because I feel like, especially with Rindell not making videos or not making as many videos, or me just not seeing them in the YouTube algorithm, I feel like there's a hole. And every time that I have felt a lull in this game and I have gotten into competing with my fellow guildmates in formats that we make up ourselves, things that feel like homebrew sessions of Magic the Gathering instead of the sterile tournament scene that's over-dominated by the whales who paid for a more expensive deck, in a style that can mitigate some of that, I think we can find a way to even the most cynical player to enjoy this game again. And I think that's the beauty of doing things like this, and that's where I want to end it for today. In our next tournament, we might have more solidified rules and a 10-game season with a lot more opportunities for someone to maintain their title. I'll be facing off against whoever so challenges us in the initial round, so I hope to see you there. And I'll see you in the next one. And with this match over, the ultimate winner of the season was Katana Meta, with 2 successful defends and 2 successful full clears. I did finish the season at the top of the hill and will be awaiting challengers there at the beginning of next season. However, I have practically no score to my name, unlike our champion, Fruit.